Okay, now we are talking about compound pendulum. Let's say this is a rigid body. This is its point of suspension. This is suspended from about this point, right? And this is its center of mass. Distance of the center of mass from the axis of rotation is, let's say, L. And what you have to do, you have to find out its time period, right? How to find out this time period? We will give some angular displacement to this rigid body. This is the center of mass, and it has given some angular displacement, let's say theta. And distance of this is the center of mass. The distance of the center of mass from the point of suspension is L, right? So this distance is also L. Is that okay? Now, when it is slightly displaced by some angular displacement, its weight will be act vertically downwards. Let's say that weight is mg, and this is its line of action. So we have to find out the perpendicular distance of line of action of force from the axis of rotation to find out the restoring torque. And the restoring torque will be written as force is weight, that is mg, into this perpendicular distance, right? So if this is L and this angle is theta, then this angle is also theta, and this distance will be written as R sine theta, L sine theta. This distance will be written as L sine theta, right? So this is L sine of theta. Theta is very small, so its restoring torque will be minus of mgl into theta, as sine theta is nearly equals to theta. Yes or no? So the restoring torque will be compared with this restoring torque will be compared with minus of c theta. So c equals to mgl. That is the torsional constant for this angular SHM. Now, because we have to calculate time period, and time period equals to what? This is equals to 2 pi square root of I upon c. We need moment of inertia of this rigid body about this axis, right? So, to find out this moment of inertia, we can say mk square, we can say IC plus mh square. IC is what? Moment of inertia of this rigid body about an axis which is passing through the center of mass, right? So IC can be written as mk square, where k is the radius of gyration. This is radius of gyration. Yes, we have already talked about this in rotational motion, right? So this is mk square plus, this is the center of mass. This is an axis which is passing through the center of mass. This is the actual axis of rotation where this rigid body is suspended, and the parallel distance between these two axes is L, right? So I will say plus m as it is, and distance between the parallel axes is L, so it will become L square. So IC, this was IC, so I equals to, थोड़ा सा गड़बड़ किए, वापस से बात कर लेते हैं. It was IC. And mh square will be written as m into L square, because distance between the parallel axes is L. So I will become IC and AK mk square plus m into h square means ml square. So I equals to m into k square plus L square. That is the moment of inertia of this rigid body. This is equation number 3. So now finally we have to find out time period. Time period is 2 pi square root of I upon c. So it is 2 pi square root of I. I is this m into k square plus L square upon c. This is c. How much is that? mgl. Cancel. So this time period will become t equals to 2 pi square root of L square by L. I will write it again. L square plus k square by L upon G. So this time period will become 2 pi square root of L square by L is L plus k square by L upon G. This is the time period of this rigid body. Okay, one more thing. This is that rigid body. It was a point of suspension. This was the center of mass. Distance of point of suspension and center of mass is L. Let's say the center of mass is written by C. And this total distance, I will compare this time period with the 2 pi square root of L naught by G. What is it? This is the time period of a simple pendulum having a length L naught. Is it? So what I'm doing, I'm comparing this time period of this rigid body with the time period of a simple pendulum, right? So this L naught will be written as L plus k square by L. In this rigid body, L is seen, this is L, where is k square by L? So if this point is considered as a point O means this is point of suspension. O is the point of oscillation. This is the point of oscillation. This is the point of oscillation, right? And this distance is how much? K square by L, right? That means what? This is a simple pendulum of L naught, which is equals to L plus K square by L. Is that okay? So time period of this compound pendulum, time period of this rigid body will be equal to the time period of this simple pendulum, where pendulum is at a distance L plus K square by L, which is equals to L naught. So the point where this bob of the simple pendulum oscillates is considered as point of oscillation in this rigid body. Is that okay? So finally, time period of this rigid body is equal to the time period is compared with the time period of a simple pendulum. That means time period of this rigid body is equal to the time period of a simple pendulum of a length L naught. Is that okay? So now we have 3 points on this rigid body. Point S, which is point of suspension. Point C, which is center of mass. And point O, this is point of oscillation. And distance of point of oscillation from the point of suspension is the equivalent length of a rigid body or compound pendulum to the simple pendulum. Is that okay? Haji, if the same rigid body is suspended from the point of oscillation, that means it is suspended from a point at a distance k square by L from the center of mass. So again talk about, last time this was the point of suspension, it was the center of mass, and this is the point, it was the point of oscillation, and distance of this point was k square by L, so definitely this distance was L. And what will be the time period, right? So now we have L dash. L dash is this is L dash. L dash is what? Distance of point of suspension from the center of mass is equals to how much? K square by L. Then what will be the value of K square by L dash? K square by L dash, let's find out. K square and L dash equals to how much? K square by L. So it will, K square cancel, so it will become L. Am I right or not? And what will be the equivalent length of this compound pendulum to the simple pendulum? That is equals to L dash plus K square by L dash. So this L naught will be equals to L dash is equals to how much? K square by L, or K square by L dash is equals to how much? L. So it is equals to what? This is equals to the equivalent length of the compound pendulum equal to a simple pendulum, right? And it is same as the previous case. Yes, so the time period will become how much? 2 pi square root of L naught by G. That means 2 pi square root of K square by L plus L upon G. Am I right or not? Oh ho, what does it mean? It means that when it is suspended from S, then time period will be this 2 pi square root of L plus K square by L upon G. And the equivalent length of this compound pendulum to the simple pendulum is L plus K square by L. But when the same rigid body is now suspended from the point of oscillation, still the equivalent length is same as previous and the time period is also same. If this time period is written as time period T1 and this time period is written as time period T2, then time period T1 equals to time period T2 and equivalent length L1 will become equals to equivalent length L2, and previously it was point of oscillation and point of suspension will become now the point of oscillation. So this point of oscillation is now the point of suspension. That let's say this is S dash, and this point which was previously was point of suspension is now point of oscillation. So now it is named as O dash. Getting me or not? Let's talk again. What I'm saying, when the same rigid body is now reversed and now suspended from the point of oscillation. So this point of oscillation will be the point of suspension. So it is named as S dash. And in that case, this point S will behave as a point of oscillation. So it is named as O dash. Right? So the points are inverted, but the time period is same. Is that okay? So now, let's talk about the whole topic again. It was point of suspension. It was the center of mass, and it was the point of oscillation O. S, C, O. This distance was L, and this distance was K square by L. Right? One more thing we have to understand, that there will be one more point. There will be one more point, S2. Let's say this point is S1. At a distance K square by L from the center of mass. And there will be one more point, O2. This is O1 and this is O2. At a distance small l from the center of mass. When I suspend from S1, then distance of center of mass is L, and distance of point of oscillation from the center of mass is K square by L. And if this is suspended from point S2 and distance of S2 from the center of mass is K square by L, then the distance of point of oscillation will be L. Now we have 4 points on the same line. S1, S2, O1 and O2. If it is suspended from S1, so L0 will be equals to L plus K square by L. And O1 will be point of oscillation. Right? If it is suspended from S2, so this is L dash and this is K square by L dash. That means length, equivalent length will be now K square by L plus L, and point of oscillation will be O2. O2 will be point of oscillation. But if this is suspended from O1, if it is suspended from O1, then S1 will be, then equivalent length will be L plus K square by L, and S1 will be the point of oscillation. And if it is suspended from O2, then again equivalent length will be equals to K square by L plus L, and S2 will be the point of oscillation, and time period in all these cases will be same. And how much will be the time period? 2 pi square root of L plus K square by L upon G. Is that okay? So now I can explain how the first question of rod. Come again. What was the first question of rod? You suspended the rod from the one end, and length L, rod length had length L, and its mass was M. So this is the center of mass, and what is the distance of point of suspension from the center of mass is L by 2. So small l will be written as L by 2. Is that okay? Now we have to calculate K square by L to find out the time period. K square, what was the K square? K square was the radius of gyration about the center of mass. तो उसके लिए आप क्या लिखेंगे? You'll say mk square equals to ml square by 12. Moment of inertia of this rod about an axis which is passing through the center of mass and perpendicular to its length. That is ml square by 12. M and m cancel, so k square is equals to how much? L square by 12. So we will say k square by L, that means L square by 12 upon small l. Small l is how much? L by 2. So it will be L by 6. Now find out the equivalent length. L naught equals to L plus k square by L, L by 2 plus L by 6. When you add these, this will be 2L by 3, and the time period will become 2 pi square root of L naught. L naught is how much? 2L by 3 upon G. Yes, but when the same rod was suspended from a point at a distance L by 6, so small l will be L by 6, and K square by L will be, K square is how much? L square by 12, and small l is how much? L by 6. So it will be L by 2, and the equivalent length will become L plus K square by L. L is how much? L by 6. K square by L is how much? L by 2. So it is how much? This is 2L by 3. Equivalent length is again same, so the time period will also be same. It was time period T1, it is time period T2. How much? 2 pi square root of L naught. L naught is 2L by 3 upon G. Now have you got it? Why the time periods are same? Is that okay? Again, we did a question, we did a question of circular disc, right? And it was suspended from a point passing through its circumference. In that case, this is the center of mass, and length of the distance of the center of mass from the point of suspension was equals to its radius. So small l equals to r. Now we have to calculate K square by L. For the circular disc, its moment of inertia about the geometric axis is how much? I equals to mk square is equals to mr square by 2. Moment of inertia of the circular disc about its center of mass, or the axis passing through the center of mass and perpendicular to its length. That means geometric axis is mr square by 2. M and m cancel, so k square is how much? R square by 2. So k square by L will be how much? K square is R square by 2. L is R, so it will be R by 2. So what is its equivalent length? L plus K square by L, that means R plus R by 2, that is 3R by 2. So its time period should be 2 pi T1. 3R upon 2 upon G, L naught by G. Am I right or not? Okay, again, the same circular disc, now suspended from a point at a distance R by 2. So point of suspension is at a distance R by 2 from the center of mass, right? So this is L. And where will be the k square by L? K square is R square by 2, as we found there. Upon L, L is how much? R by 2. So it is equals to R. So what is the equivalent length? L plus k square by L. L is R by 2. K square by L is R. It is again 3R by 2. So the time period will be T2. And that is how much? 2 pi square root of again 3R by 2 upon G. So this is the time period. Again, both the time periods are same. Yes or no? That means what? That means when we talk about a rod, this is the center of mass, this is point of suspension S1, and this is its point of oscillation O1. S1 is at a distance L by 2 and O1 is at a distance L by 6. But when the same rod is suspended from a point S2 at a distance L by 6, then it will be O2 at a distance L by 2. In both the cases, L01 equals to L02. That is how much? 2L by 3. That is 2L by 3. And in both the cases, time period T1 is equals to T2. And how much? 2 pi square root of 2L by 3G. Am I right or not? That means we have 4 points on this rod about which time period is same, and that is equals to this much. Similarly, in case of disc, in case of circular disc, this is the circular disc. This is point S1. This is center of mass. This is point O1. When it was suspended from a point on circumference, this was the point of oscillation. But when it was suspended from point R by, at a distance R by 2, then this was the point of oscillation O2. Am I right or not? So, if this is S1, so this is O1 at a distance R by 2. And if this is S2, then this is point of oscillation O2 at a distance R. And in both the cases, time periods are same. Getting me or not? So, till now, we understood that for any rigid body, there may be 4 points on the same rigid body, on same line, about which time period of that rigid body will be same. There may be. It is not necessary. Why not necessary? We'll talk about that. Okay?